at the Meller Group, Royal LePage Heritage. I'm Jay Walker, brand director for the Meller Group. You know him, of course. Etienne D. Mellor.
How can you forget?
How can you forget? We called each other this morning and decided we were going to go sweater weather, pumpkin spice latte. And I see the trend for Thursdays as we get to Friday. We start to get into casual Friday.
It's a rainy day today, and we're going for our run later this afternoon, so I didn't want to wear the tie.
I've lost 30 pounds since last
Just thinking about it.
I say that because these are challenges that we've been giving ourselves. Everyone is welcome to be part of it. These are part of the challenge, the MG team building that you see on the quad, and if you would have seen it today as well, our book club and our running club. It's open for you to be a part of it. We talk about the chapters on the live, and we talk about many things, including obviously the root of real estate, which is the real estate heavy part. Very interesting morning to wake up to at 4 o'clock in the morning when Etienne was on the bike lifting weights.
Yeah, not this morning.
That wasn't this morning. We've got a trend and we've got a turnaround in the market. Lots of negativity as we had been seeing with everyone. A lot of people have been asking Etienne, not so much myself, but the guys here, how's the market? Oh, but I think I'm this. Oh, but I think I'm that. The headlines spooked, I think, a lot of people, but some really great news this morning, Etienne.
Yeah, so early this morning, Royal LePage sent out the forecast for the fourth quarter of the year, which is pretty positive. And I wanted to go back, before we look at it, I wanted to look back at the third quarter so we can compare. And I want to start with the Quebec region because it's not as bad as we've heard, as you said. And if we started with the single-family dwellings, if we have it on the screen, if we can see at the top, we're at -1 for the region of Quebec in number of transactions.
Encore, ça, c'est la métropolitaine de Québec. On commence avec Québec.
La grande région de Québec, la ville de Québec. Et quand on regarde ça, j'ai 1% de moins de ventes sur l'année précédente au même temps. C'est quand même pas drastique.
De l'année précédente. De l'année précédente qui tombe dans la pandémie encore. Fait que c'est pas un gros changement. Ça a l'air d'un gros, peut-être dans l'influence. Puis je peux pas parler contre les médias. Moi, je suis un membre des médias. Je suis quelqu'un qui supporte la façon qu'ils travaillent. Mais je pense encore, il y a certains headlines qui font attirer les gens pour lire l'article. Des fois, on ne lit pas l'article au complet, fait que c'est du clickbait. Mais ça, c'est pas pire. 1%, c'est pas pire du tout.
Puis si on regarde juste en dessous, on a le prix médian qui est de plus 8%. Fait que quand on lit aussi que les prix ont chuté ou qu'ils vont chuter drastiquement, là, ça, c'est le troisième quart de l'année, là. Un quart qui nous a semblé en tant que courtier très, très, très au ralenti. Mais ici, on voit qu'on est à plus 8%, à 340 000 comme prix médian. Nombre d'inscriptions est à la hausse, mais pas énormément, 7% en bas. Là, c'est encore pas beaucoup, ça. Le délai de jour de vente est à moins 20 jours.
Et quand même, hein?
C'est très, très rapide. Dans un marché stable, un marché normal, on parle de 90 jours. Là. Fait que quand on regarde 33, c'est pas beaucoup, c'est encore un marché de vendeurs. Si on va, on suit et on va avec, encore dans la région de Québec, le prix médian des unifamiliales, tout à la hausse. Dans certains, on voit les secteurs Saint-Augustin, Beauport, la Haute-Saint-Charles, les chutes de la Chaudière-Est.
Et la Jacques-Cartier à 19% de hausse, c'est incroyable, ça.
Fait que c'est pas aussi négatif que l'on pensait.
Puis on voit vraiment ça dans les nouvelles ce matin. Window on the Market, on voit ça. Ça, c'est le Global News Wire. On voit le Journal de Montréal. On va parler de Montréal très bientôt. Une hausse modeste des prix des propriétaires prévus. Fait que ça, c'est un gros changement aussi. Lesaffaires.com, les ventes de maisons reculent à leur plus faible niveau. Ça fait 1 semaine que c'est en ligne. Fait que tu vois, in what it took for 7 days to change, the numbers have changed, the dialogue has changed, which means if you have had your inscription on the market and you came on the market during a time when it was low, it's maybe time to revisit the numbers with your clients and have that dialogue and get them encouraged as well and get yourself encouraged about them as well.
I'm happy you say that because it all comes from us as the real estate brokers. We need to educate our clients. We have to go take that information which we're sharing with you, and you all have access to this.
This is the thing. The clients who are real estate brokers for the Meller Group and any courtier has this. The client has access to this. This is the dangerous part. where we don't want them living in an area that is unsold. So this is the important stuff that needs to be shared.
They have access to this too. This is l'APCEQ, the association statistics.
But do they know about it? Are they going on it every single quarter? Probably not.
Versus what you're showing, La Presse and etc.
All great articles, and of course this will update throughout the course of the day. La Journal de Montréal. This was an update that was done at 4 o'clock in the morning. So it must have been something that was somewhat important for them.
So now if we look at the, Clément, if you want to put up on the screen the Greater Montreal area, not as good as the Quebec area, but still not drastic. If we look at the single-family dwellings, the number of transactions, I repeat, this is the third quarter of the year.
This is not out of line. This is not out of line for the third quarter of the year.
16% is not a huge number. Le prix médian, si on switch en français, on est à 536 500.
Oh, sorry. In terms of 16% for the sale, that's kind of out of line. But when we're looking
at out of line, 16%.
16%. So 16% overall of what was compared last year. Which was a very different year.
So if you look at that number and you compared it to a year like 2019, which I like to do just to get the bearings on, I like to see the number going up more in the price. So median price is up 7%. Comme je disais, le prix médian est augmenté de 7%. Les inscriptions, là ici on voit une hausse quand même drastique. On est à 56%. Il y a 56% de plus d'inscriptions sur le marché qu'il y avait à la même période l'année passée.
Sounds a little bit different than the conversations that we've been having with I don't know, what is it, what's going to change, is this the good market? It says right here it's a good market.
Mais quand on prend le 16% des ventes et quand on regarde le nombre de jours pour les délais de la vente, on est à zéro, ça n'a pas bougé sur 30 jours, pardon, et 16%, c'est 16 sur 100 propriétés.
Be careful with this number. Don't walk into your client's house and say it's going to take us 0 days to sell the house.
C'est 30 jours, mais il n'y a pas eu de changement sur la période.
Faut le dire. Faut le dire anyway.
Je voulais aussi regarder vite si tu veux que Clément me suive avec le document ici. Là, on a les ventes totales résidentielles par secteur, l'île de Montréal, Laval, Rive-Nord. On voit que sur l'île, si on est spécifique là, à Montréal, on est à moins 33%. Nombre de ventes, ça c'est le troisième trimestre, je répète. Laval, on est à moins 27%. Rive-Nord, on est à moins 9%. Fait que la Rive-Nord, ça bouge encore. Là. Il y a encore pas mal plus d'activité que sur l'île. La Rive-Sud de Montréal est quand même pas pire, là, moins 15%. Soulanges-Vaudreuil, moins 27%. Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, moins 35%, c'est un peu moins bas. Mascouche, on a une hausse de 1%. Fait que ça va bien dans ce secteur-là. Fait que c'est pas tout négatif.
Well, this is a very different story, and again, this is be careful where you are getting your news from. Not because it's people are writing different things, because sometimes when you go on, and you'll see this with some clients as well, if you're watching a certain channel at a certain age, you're maybe watching the national news. If you're watching the national news, I can tell you right now, they're going to these more so on Toronto. And Vancouver. That Toronto dialogue is very different from ours. The Star reporting 6 hours ago that Royal LePage predicts GTA home prices will take another hit by end of year. That's not the case here, because the famous line is we're on an island. If you want to be part of the party, you got to be on the island. If you're on the island, there's only so many places to be, right?
Well,
so this is a great number for what we're looking
at. That's a great point. And when you look at the average price, the median price, again, we're at the Greater Toronto, we're in the 1.5, 1.
That's crazy.
Yeah. If we compare here, we're at 536. So there's quite a difference in price range.
That's as someone who lives Central West, Ville Marie, I look at this number and I go, come on, but this is again a global portrait of what we're looking at on the island of Montreal.
Now, the exciting thing, or the what I thought was really great, and we wanted to share this with you, is what Royal LePage across Canada for different regions is saying, or trying to forecast the fourth quarter, which we just started, and it's positive. We're up here, I don't know if you can tell or see, Greater Montreal area, plus 2.5%. So the home prices were at the 532. I don't think we can see this, what I'm showing here. But
can we zoom in on here on your...
No, I don't think we can. Oh, yeah. You're so smart.
There we go.
There we go. So 532. And this was for 2021. Important to note, this is what we had last year for the fourth quarter. And this year, we're up. They're saying we should be at the 545. So 2.5% increase. So this is important, again, to educate. If you have clients that are saying, well, I'm going to wait, the market's crashing, the market's down, get these statistics out.
There it is right there. There's that Greater Toronto area, 1.1, that takes a significant hit. down to 180. So that's significant, a loss of 3.5%, which is drastic. We're on the opposite side of that. We're at 2.5%.
There's a saying, Jay, that I use all the time: "Don't tell me, show me."
Yeah, yeah.
And so when you're in front of your client, when you're trying to justify the market or explain what's going on, don't just talk about it, because you're in it, you're living it, you're a broker, you see this all the time. But get these numbers out, get the statistics.
Don't talk as fast as us, of course, when you're doing it.
No.
You don't want to walk them through it.
But if you have visuals like this, it's powerful. So if you're a Royal LePage broker, you already got this email already this morning. If you want, if you can't find it, just reach out to us and we'll send it back to you.
This will live evergreen on Etienne's Facebook page, on the Miller Group Facebook page. If you want to revisit some of the numbers, of course, look at it. You can look at there, but you should, of course, be on the window on the market. If you're looking on the English side, window on the market, third quarter 2022 to get the full breakdown. And it gets more specific, obviously, if you're a newer broker and you haven't seen this yet. I highly encourage you to do this. This should be part of your listing presentation, first and foremost, and then you'll be able to break it down step by step to whoever you are pitching to.
Is that something you used for your listing presentation?
100%.
But how far did you go back? Because one thing I say all the time is go back 20 years ago. You can get these statistics.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that.
You do.
No, why?
Because I want to show that the price has not dropped in over 20 years.
No.
Powerful, very powerful. Because you don't remember.
I disagree to a point when I'm trying to get the listing.
Just zoom in on me, man. Cut them out.
No, but let's talk about that for a second. If I'm going, so for instance, the playbook says that we have to go 2 years back in a very competitive market. We could go 2 years back, but in terms of the actual amount of properties on the market, not significant to what was last year or the year before. As you can see, there's a drop in inventory, right?
Yes,
a drop in sales, a drop in inventory. So that inventory suggests that we have to look at a smaller picture on a smaller portrait of what have sold in the area. Likewise.
That's to establish the price of your property. You're
100%.
absolutely right. But to look back at, because clients will say, oh, it's going to drop, prices are going to drop because we're entering maybe a recession. If I like to compare and look back at 20 years, 2008, 2009, if you go back and look and you educate your client through graphs and through statistics, you'll see that it didn't go down. It was small, minute increases like we see here, 7%, 2%. The forecast is 2.5, but it's not going down.
ABC, always be closing.
And showing. I'm going to add the showing part. You want to show this stuff and not just talk about it.
Sure, I agree.
So all the info is there. You can go to cmhc.ca. Also, you've got I think 50 years back.
You've got Gabriel. You got Big Mike.
Yeah.
You got Etienne and myself in marketing for any kind of marketing tools that you'd like to learn. But these are really great numbers. Go and check out the whole thing.
And just before we go, even the rest of the country here, when you look at the other parts of Canada, there's no significant drop, other than maybe Toronto with the 3.5. But can we even say it's significant at 3.5?
Well, I think we can say it's significant because of all that we've gone through to get to here. I think that's where it's significant. You looked at the price of gas, you looked at the price of food, you looked at the price. When you're looking at the 3% or the drop in Ottawa of 0.5%, I think there's some kind of tell there. The 0.5% drop in the greater Vancouver area.
I'm surprised at that.
I'm surprised it's not lower.
I thought it was
right. But this comes back to the conference that we had for the Rendezvous Royal LePage. Phil put on an excellent presentation about the growth, about the industry, and it's just huge.
Yeah, we should have that. We should have that presentation and share it with everybody, because it was really an eye-opener.
The number one industry in Canada is
the.
What was it? Number one?
I don't know.
There was so much information
well, wait.
Well, it was there was the exportation, but real estate still remains one of the top industries.
Absolutely.
Because of all these numbers here, and it's very encouraging.
So the point of all this is get your numbers right, have them in a visual format like we've just shown you today, and educate your client.
I might even become an agent again. These numbers are just so great.
Don't get any ideas.
No, but it's there for you to use. Book a meeting, get in tune, get out there, because this is the time. This is the time that every year we wait for. Kids go back to school August, September. kind of, this is the time when people start to say to themselves, I can't do another winter. We've all heard clients say, I can't do another winter
That's
here.
right.
So go on full offense
And I'm
mode.
going to add to that, you have up until mid-November, maybe end of November, another 30, 45 days before the market starts slowing down, not because of the lack of interest, but just the holidays. So you got to do this work now. If you have listings you've been sitting on that the clients are not sure, you got to do it now, not wait. Because if you wait another 30 days, like I said, you're going to have to wait till next year.
Come on, all you have to do is go on vacation on New Year's and someone will call you. Guaranteed someone will call you.
Don't be that broker with that situation. So lastly, again, the running club, 4:30. It's going to rain. It's going to be great.
It's going to be gritty. It's going to be, yeah.
Last time we didn't have... we had quite a challenge to go up the hill. This time we're not going to go up the hill. We're just going to run on the flat.
I heard number 5 karate champion in the world say, there's too many leaves, I'm going to slip.
It's true though.
Yeah.
And it's going to rain, so.
Yeah, okay.
So
that's Clement, by the way. Clement is our ninja. We don't need security in this office because we have a full-fledged ninja.
So 12:45 green, 4:30. On this, if you're interested in having any of these slides, any of these numbers, just text us, DM us, and we'll shoot
Last but not least, this is not a pitch on any of the services. This is just a really great open house for you if you are considering all your options for the new year. We're doing a meet and greet. We're not doing a meet and greet because that's reserved for big names like Pink and Sean Puffy Combs. I don't know why that came to me. As you can see, I'm from the 90s. But we are doing an open house for all 4 agencies. This is going to be taking place on Wednesday à partir de 13h. Les 4 agences. On va vous donner une petite visite libre à tous nos agences. Ça va durer autant que ça dure. Mais c'est le live de mercredi le 18 à partir de 13h. Visite libre. Vous allez rencontrer tous les directeurs, toute l'équipe qui fait en sorte que ça roule avec nos 200 courtiers.
On va faire un tour des bureaux, vous allez voir l'environnement, vous allez rencontrer tout le monde. C'est le 19, pas le 18, si je ne me trompe pas. Mercredi prochain, c'est le 19.
Ah, c'est vrai?
Et on va aussi vous présenter, vous allez avoir la chance de rencontrer toute l'équipe, l'administration, les finances, l'équipe marketing, l'équipe de tout le monde, les dirigeants, directrices d'agence au groupe Meller. Fait que ça va être le fun, c'est intéressant. Jay est arrivé avec cette idée-là. C'est ça qu'il fait. C'est ça qu'il fait là.
Je fais nos propres boulots ici. Mais c'est intéressant, puis c'est important. Je me suis rendu compte depuis 6 mois que je suis ici, comme temps plein, comme directeur de marque. Et puis, comme j'ai été avec l'équipe comme courtier depuis 2015, je pense, à peu près. Oui. Que même moi, il manquait des bouts. Fait qu'on we're connecting all the lines, and we're really happy to meet with you, see you, bring you into the team, let you become part of the community, and we're trying our very best to get to meet and know every single one of you. I want it to feel like a good environment. We want it to feel like a good environment, and we want to deliver on bringing you the best, because when you win, we win, and that's not just smoke. That's really how we feel.
Exactly.
Okay? So no live at 4 o'clock, but if you want to be in the running club, come by, say hello. We'll go for a little run of 30 minutes, and that'll be it for today.
Well, thank you, sir.
Good numbers.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. You want to put the weather on there? We can say it.